Hello my lovelies. I've been thinking about making a pencil skirt to add to my capsule wardrobe for quite some time. And this version worn by the wonderful Dita Von Teese, which has pleats in the front rather than darts, seemed to be just the thing. I wanted something that wasn't going to be too fitted over the stomach because my tummy is my little area of concern for me. And I didn't want to lose that wiggle shape either. Dita's skirt has quite a bit of volume put into the hip, and I didn't want that. I still want that slimline wiggle skirt, pencil skirt effect. So I'm going to show you how to do that using my quarter scale patterns, skirt blocks, and I'm going to make up a wearable toile in some fabric that I have in my stash just to see if this works. And if it does work and I love it, I think I'll be making many of them for my vintage inspired wardrobe. I really like documenting my ideas in my little scrapbook or sketchbook, and the cutting plan that I have over here makes it much quicker when I come round to actually doing the pattern cutting. So you will need your skirt blocks, and these are quarter scale. I always draw the centre front and centre back and the hip line so that the blocks are balanced. In this instance, it doesn't make much of a difference because I'm only really working on the front skirt block. So you draw around your skirt block and you mark where the dart is, and you mark through using the awl where the apex of the dart is going to be, like I'm doing here, and make sure you draw that on. And then you're going to draw a line from that apex all the way down to the hem of the skirt. Then cut this out and redraw your centre front line and the hip line on a fresh piece of paper once you've cut this out. And you're going to cut down either side of the dart and then down that line all the way to the hem, leaving a little hinge at the bottom if possible. It's not the end of the world if you don't, but it's good if you can. And then line up the hip line and the centre front on that fresh piece of paper on the lines that you've drawn, and pin or stick it down. And then you're going to decide how much volume you want to put in. So the more you spread that side panel, the bigger the pleat or room that you're going to have in that top. I don't want it to be too roomy. I just want a little bit, and I don't want to affect that pencil skirt shape of the lower portion of the skirt. So I added in about 3 centimetres, I think. And remember, you've also got the dart as part of that pleat as well. Then cut out your new skirt using your paper scissors. And once you've cut all the way round, do make sure that you've marked your pleat placement, bit tricky to say, on the new piece of paper, and then you can simply take the stuck layer off. I hope that makes sense. My full-size version of this pattern or block has got seam allowance included. If you're using a skirt block without seam allowance, you'd need to add it. I'm marking the pleat on and just folding it in the paper here, a little bit off screen unfortunately, but here you can see what that would actually look like. So I just mark an arrow in to indicate the direction that I'm going to fold that pleat in the actual fabric, and I'm ready to make this up as a full-size garment. I found this linen blend in my stash, so I'm going to use it to make a wearable toile. And I'm not going to show you the whole process because it really is the same as any pencil skirt, but I am going to show you the waistband, because in my New Year's musings, one of the things I wanted to do was proper waistbands. And this book, Couture Sewing Techniques, which I'll link below, is absolutely amazing. I've used it so many times over the years. And what I've done is I've cut out a waistband in the fabric on the fold and one in just a calico. And I'm going to now baste the two layers together, because what I want to do is add structure into that waistband. Doing this on linen is a little bit of a losing battle because linen doesn't really have very much structure, but I'm just practicing this for when I make amazing skirts out of amazing fabrics. So I've basted that all the way along, and then I've sewn it one edge to the skirt waistband, and I've put in a piece of ribbon. Now it should be a firm or rigid grosgrain or herringbone or twill tape, but I just had this ribbon, and I've basted the seam allowance up into the waistband. And the next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to bag out the ends. So I've done one with just 1.5 centimetres, and I've done the other one a bit longer, and this could either be an overlap or an underlap. And then I'm going to fold the seam allowance for the inside of the skirt and pin it in place. And I would do this by hand sewing on an actual garment, but I actually cheated and used my machine, and voila, here it is. This was the outfit that I wanted to make this skirt for, with the blouse I made last week, and I'll add a card. And I can't tell you how pleased I am. It's done exactly what I wanted it to do. It's a wiggle skirt, pencil skirt, and here it is with a little pussy bow blouse, and another blouse that I bought from my friend Hawk and Dove Vintage, a 1930s blouse, really pretty. So as you can see, I tried on loads of different outfits, and here with a turtleneck and my heart-shaped beret and a knitted rose. I really love this outfit. And here with my brand new t-shirt, a nipple tassel tee that the lovely Charlotte Rose illustration made. And finally, just what I would wear casually all the time. And here's my outfit for the day: a vintage coat, vintage bag, vintage brooch, some cat eye sunglasses. I hope you've enjoyed this video and having a little look at some of my outfits that I'd wear this pencil skirt with. Take care of yourselves. If you're new here, please do like and subscribe. It really supports me and means that my channel can move forward, and I love making these videos for you so much. It really means the world to me to have you along for my sewing adventures. I'll see you soon. Bye.